Hello, this is Ibrar from Bright Future Academy. Well, I have been given the task of saying something about phonetics and phonology and the importance of phonetics and phonology. Well, phonetics is the study of speech sounds, to put it in the simplest words, and phonology is the study of the organization and distribution of those sounds. Now, a person might ask me why he or she needs phonetics, why it should be given an ample amount of time, and why should this subject be studied. What is the use? What are the advantages of a person who has a good grasp and command over phonetics and phonology? So I have made sort of this chart lecture. So your 5 minutes, well, they are not going to waste. Why I need phonetics and phonology? In other words, what is the importance of phonetics and phonology? Unfortunately, in our schools and colleges, yes, grammar is taught, like, writing skills to some extent, not to a satisfactory extent, obviously. But grammar is given focus, but this thing is ignored, and consequently, students remain unaware of the correct pronunciation of sounds and words. Now, these points, when I discuss and explain them, you will come to know how important is learning phonetics and phonology. Well, my first point is mother tongue, my mother tongue. No two languages can have the same number of sounds, and we can't have the same distribution of the sounds also. So if a Pathan speaker of English, if a Pashtun speaker goes and starts speaking English, it is not possible that all the sounds that he requires for English correct pronunciation of English language, it is not necessary that all the sound he must have. In other words, there may be certain sounds in English language that his mother tongue does not have, and that creates a big problem. For example, and what we do, we make a mistake and we remain unaware of it. We do not realize it. Now, how? Just look at this. I'll be talking about one rule of phonology and two sounds of phonetics and phonology. Just look at the first example, this THREE. Now, if I ask a person who does not know anything about phonetics and phonology of the English language, he will be pronouncing this sound as three. In other words, he would be using the Pashto the or the Urdu the, and I have written it here. Instead of symbols, I have written the Urdu or Pashto symbol of the. So they would be saying three, but the fact is that it is not the, it is not tha sound, it is tha sound, tha. So the correct pronunciation is not three, it is three. In the same way, like in a commentary, cricket commentary, you can hear Australia or 33 for 3, and you say that the commentator said Australia are 33 for 3, so it is not 33, it is 33. So That's one. The same goes true for this word, T-H-E-R-E. You pronounce it like there. Well, when you say there, you make a lot of other mistakes besides this. Like you pronounce the R, which should never be pronounced at the word find the position. That's not my topic right now. I am sticking myself to this T-H. Now, here for you, you thought that in T-H-R-E-E, the T-H is sounded as te. Here you believe that TH is sounded as dal. And you said there, there. So you said it's a da sound. It's not da. It is va. So you pronounce it as, the correct pronunciation is va. Or a lot of poor people in the country. And you say, there are a lot of poor people. So, now let me conclude this point. What made the problem? Your own sweet mother tongue. Your own sweet mother tongue did not have these two sounds. So what you did? You went for the closest sound. Obviously, ta sound is the closest sound. The nearest sound to tha. And da is the nearest sound to va. So, your mother tongue creates problems. And you have to understand, you have to take classes of English phonetics and phonology if you want to avoid this influence of your mother tongue. That's my first point. Just look at the second point. And that's a big problem, We believe that spellings solve our problem. No, dear. Just look at the English language. In English language, we have 26 letters, but we have 44 sounds. So it means that we cannot have the one-to-one correspondence between the spelling and the letter. Now, my point is, we depend upon spelling only, but you must remember that English is a non-phonetic language. What does it mean? It means that one sound can be represented by more than one letters. And similarly, one letter or two letters can represent different sounds. Just look at this, please. Look at C-H-A-I-R. So it is chair. So in C-H-A-I-R, C-H is our che sound, che, and the symbol is this. Look at the second example, that is chemistry. So in C-H-A-I-R, CH represents cha sound, but in C-H-E-M-I-S-T-R-Y-A, CH represents cough. In Pashto we call that cough. It is chemistry. Now look at this, parachute. In parachute, CH represents sheen or sha sound. So you can't depend upon spellings. If you depend upon spellings, you are inviting a lot of trouble. Just look, and this is one part of this point. Look at the second point. Look at cheese. The first, this pronounced as cheese. This pronounced as receive. This is pronounced as people. And this is secret. So you see that one same sound is present in all the words, but it is represented by different letters. In cheese, the E sound, the symbol of E is this. You write one and then you write the colon at the right side. So in cheese, double E, the E sound is represented by double E. Look at receive. In receive, the E sound is represented by EI. Look at people. In people, the E sound is represented by EO. Look at secret. This time it is represented by one letter only. And it is E. So E is equal to this E letter. E letter is equal to the E sound. Can you depend upon spellings? Not at all. So if you want to, if you want to cater to this problem, you will have to join us. Now, the third point, substitution of sounds. Here I talked about the absence of certain sounds in your mother tongue that you require for your second language. Here you may have the sounds, but you substitute it with another. Look at this. I have heard people saying, Pakistan can win the match. Pakistan can win the match. So it means that he is pronouncing these three sounds, wa, a, and na. But that's wrong. Wa and na, that's okay. But the middle sounds between wa and na is not a, it is e. So you can't say Pakistan can win the match. Pakistan can win the match. So what happened here, the e, this short e sound is substituted with this sound which is pronounced as a. So when you say, when you pronounce these three letters, the word that consists of these three letters, and when you say when, so then there is no difference between this when and this when. So substitution is a problem. You have to learn phonetics, otherwise these problems will be not good for you. Now look at this. Please listen to me. Now this. The fourth point is unaware of stress patterns. Yes, stress, English is a stress time language. If you do not know about the stress patterns of English language, it means that your meanings will be different than the ones you want to convey. Just see. Look at this import. In English, well, this word consists of two syllables. One is im, and the other is port. So if you want to use this word as a verb, you will be giving the stress to the second syllable, and then it will be import. And if you want to give stress to if you want to use this word as a noun, you give stress to the first syllable. Then it becomes imports. You know, the imports of Pakistan are decreasing day by day. And then we say, Pakistan is surely going to import sugar. So when you give stress to the second syllable, then the word import becomes a verb. But if you give stress to the first syllable, then it becomes a noun. So you have to know this. And if you want to know this, you have to contact us also. Then there are a few rules. Well, they are phonological rules. I have actually mixed both phonetics and phonology. Rules. Like in English, there is a rule that the ha sound, when the h sound appears in the last of a word, it should never be pronounced. But what we do, we pronounce it. We say Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. You know, so the ha sound is pronounced. So you don't know about the rules and you pronounce, you make blunders, not only mistakes. Finally, if you do not take classes of phonetics and phonology of English language, you will know nothing about aspiration. You know, in English, well, there are many other sounds also, but I'll be specifically talking about pa, ta, and ka. In these three sounds, when these three sounds are followed by long vowels, for example, not long vowels, stressed vowels. For example, for example, if I say Pakistan, so it should be pronounced with more force, with more, power, with more sort of, flow. So it becomes Pakistan. But because we do not know about the aspiration, we say Pakistan. And then we make the problem. Because when you do not aspirate the sound, a person might think that you said ba instead of pa. Because the only difference between pa and ba is that one, yes, we have another point also, that is one is voiced and the other is unvoiced. But here the aspiration also becomes very important. So if you want to learn this point also, you have to do something, and you have to join a language center to learn, and you have to join the nearest language center for sure. And the last point is, for example, let's look at this. In some words, there is a difference of only one sound. This is very interesting, and this will make you laugh also. So for example, I am parking. So when you park, it means either you are parking your car or you're just walking, you're just enjoying yourself. So if you say I'm parking, if you incorrectly pronounce the first sound and you say ba instead of pa, then what does it become? I am barking. So you suddenly become a dog from being a human being. So If you want to avoid becoming dogs and remain human beings, you have to join Bright Future Academy. Thank you very much.